All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a quick lesson on how the Lord, was dealing with Israel. You know, even from in the history, and the church don't go in detail about this, and explain it and break it down. They got movies out here that portray it as if like I'm going to Exodus, and they got movies out here that portray like Moses didn't know that the children of Israel was his people. Um, you know, his sister had to basically like wake him up to it. His brother was more so like didn't want to get involved. He didn't want to basically didn't want to get killed and shit, man. But long story short, the church doesn't edify. The pastors don't edify the church. Through the spirit of Habashah Shai, they come in the spirit of Esau, what they taught them with the 501c3 charter. So I'm gonna get into just a little bit of history, and Yaratazar, I'm gonna go in depth on this subject a little bit more later down the line. But this is Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. It said, "Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah; Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin; Dan and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher." Now, another just for another note, the cutoff with these churches and with these people now today is that the Lord waking them up now, but it's that they don't believe that we are the children of Israel. They don't believe that we are the Israelites. So, but yeah, it says, "And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Egypt already, and Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we." And that's them Africans. See, we are not Africans. We are Israelites, man. Them Africans, them Hamites, according to the scriptures, have always been our enemies. "Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses." Right, so we built them cities, man. Back in our previous lives, we built up Egypt. It said, "But the more they afflicted them," right, and also just for another side note, just like how we built up Egypt back then, being the children of Israel, we built up the modern day Egypt, which is America, man. It says, "But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter and with hard bondage, so they was in slavery, in mortar and in brick, and in all manners of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shipra, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live." Right, so back then it was always, trying to kill us males off and uplifting the woman. Now today they doing both. But it says, "But the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? Because ultimately the Lord always had a plan, man. Like the scriptures say, men's goings are of the Lord, men's and women's goings are of the Lord. Death is issued by the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So the Lord always had His hand in these, in our lives, so to speak. It says, and the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore the Most High dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi, right, of children of the Israelites. And the woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months, right? And this was Moses. Moses is a Levite, according to the Bible. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein, and she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, this is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call? It says, then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? So his sister, was standing far off to watch, and then she came out and said what she said to Pharaoh's daughter. But in the movie, it portrayed as if the daughter, didn't have nothing to do with the situation. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. Then they went and got Moses' mama. You see, in the church, they don't be teaching this in the church, man. And some of the churches that do teach it, the disconnect is that they don't be teaching that we are the children of Israel. And then the churches that do teach that we are the children of Israel, they don't teach the full truth about the rest of the Bible, if they get this story right, man. But it says, and then they don't even, I guarantee you, they don't tell you like which tribe you from either. And that is a lot. See, a lot of churches, the churches ain't really telling too much of nothing, man. Some of them don't know which tribe you from. Some they can't even tell you the Lord's name, man. A lot of them can't tell you the Lord's name. Well, all of them can't tell you the Lord's name. What am I saying? So like it, you know, and the ones that can, because you do got some out there that's on the street corners that know the name, they don't have the full truth, man. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to it, but it's very simple to the Lord's elect. It becomes very simple, But it says, this is verse 8, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me. So, Moses, the Lord had a plan for Moses, and he was a child of Israel, man. Point blank, period. And I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son, and she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens, because they were still in slavery. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand, right? So Moses always knew that the Hebrew Israelites was his brothers, that he was Hebrew, man. The movies portrayed that he didn't know, and they put that out there for for the children because they shape generations by shaping the child. You know, it says, and when he went out the second day, behold, two men of the Hebrews strove together, and he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Okay, now I'm gonna jump a little bit. I'm gonna jump to verse 23. It says, and it came to pass. Okay, and it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High, Yahweh, by reason of the bondage. And Yahweh heard their groanings, and Yahweh remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And Yahweh looked upon the children of Israel, and Yahweh had respect unto them. So the Lord remembered his covenant, man. You know, that's further speaking that the Lord was only dealing with Israel, man, because there was a promise made. All right, now I'm gonna jump to chapter 3. It says, verse 1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of the Most High, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord Yahweh appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord Yahweh saw that he turned aside to see, the Most High called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here I am. And he said, draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the power of thy father, and the power of Abraham, and the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon Yahweh. It says, and Yahweh said, I have surely seen the afflictions of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrow. So, the Lord heard Israel back then. He remembered his promise, and he's going to get ready to send Moses, to deliver them out of their situation. Same thing that's going to happen and take place in the times we living in now, man. The same things is what's in the works, is in the process. That's why, through the Spirit of Hashem Shai, from apostles on down, I'm able to, bring this information out. It said, and the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. It said, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto the Most High, unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, the land of Israel, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Right, so the Lord was always dealing with Egypt, man. He's sending Moses, in the story to go get Israel from up out of their captivity, man. And Moses said unto the Most High, Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, Certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, you shall serve Yahweh upon this mountain. Okay, Slocky. It says, cause I'm finna end it soon for lack of time. It says, verse 13. It says, And Moses said unto the Most High, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The power of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And I am is basically just Yahweh. It says, And the Most High, Yahweh said, Moreover unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, The Lord Yahweh of your fathers, the power of Abraham, and the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Unto all generations. Remember, look, and we got it another day. We got this information. So we know we're going to be delivered because and read the scriptures, it says that, man. It says, Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say unto them, The Lord Yahweh of your fathers, of the Most High, the power of Abraham and the power of Isaac and the power of Jacob appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen that which is done to you in Egypt, and I have said, I will bring you out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites unto a land flowing with milk and honey. And they shall hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and ye shall say unto him, The Lord Yahweh of the Hebrews hath met with us, and now let us go, we beseech thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord Yahweh our power. Right, so, the Lord delivered Israel up out of the hands of the Egyptians, you know. And now today it's going to be the same thing through the Spirit of Habashim Shai. Um, where it said, Lord, thy power of the Hebrews hath met with us. Now let us go. We beseech thee 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord Yahweh our power. Us, when they came to Pharaoh and whatnot, that's the same thing we doing now today when we put these videos up. We going straight to Pharaoh, to the elites per se, and right on down to their whole everybody that's up of that high stature, and we telling them through the Spirit of Hashem that they gonna be put in slavery. Their time to rule is over. The society that they built is coming down right in front of their face. So I would go further more into the story, but like I said, for lack of time, I won't be able to do it. So scripture say, blessed is the man that readeth. For those who don't know these stories, go read the Bible, go read the scripture, watch the videos that the apostles and the rest of the brothers and the elders put up, man. If y'all want to be saved, y'all rock the Zab, y'all elect, that's what you got to do. So All right. All praise to by Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. Salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Shalom.